Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the modifications I have done for the Tops Fieldcraft by Brothers of Bushcraft, also known as the Tops B.O.B. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. The Tops B.O.B is one of the most popular modern day bushcraft knives. I did look at it earlier on about 2 years ago, but I didn't buy it then. I got a few other knives and I finally have come to it. But I got it in 154cm steel, not 1095, which is kind of the standard. I do have the Tops Brakimo in 1095. Now 1095 is great steel, it's really tough. It does hold a working edge but doesn't stay razor sharp. However, because of its edge stability, you can strop it up quite easily, and of course you can sharpen it very easily as well. So that's kind of the trade-off. With 154cm, it's a stainless steel, it's got better edge retention, but it is harder or takes more effort to sharpen. But I wanted to get something in a different steel. I did want, I guess, quote-unquote bushcraft knife. I do like Tops knives, and that's why I got this one. And I also did a video to compare the Tops Fieldcraft B.O.B knife with the Tops Brakimo, so do check out that link in the card above or the description below. I wanted to do some modifications to the Tops B.O.B to make it easier to handle for bushcraft and survival in the jungle, and really to suit my personal needs. And several people have done similar modifications as well, but I'll share with you mine. And I brought my knife to the Polished Edge, who's a professional knife sharpening service provider in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and he did an amazing job with this. And as I'll show you, you can see the refinements and modifications he did really look like they came out from the factory. So let's have a look at what I've done. So this is the original sheath. What I did do is, after I did the modifications, I did take a heat gun to kind of reheat it, to reshape it. You can see kind of the difference in that color and texture there, but now it's really secure. No way this will come out. I didn't do anything else to the sheath. I generally don't mind the sheath. I might make a custom kydex sheath in future, but for now this is perfectly fine. I did add a lanyard, and the way I do my lanyards for all my knives and parangs and machetes is to do it so it can be kind of a pinky looped like that. Now I do not believe in looping a paracord or lanyard around your wrist to handle a knife or a machete. I think that's just really dangerous because you can lose grip on the handle and it can fall, but because it's attached to your wrist, it can swing down and you can easily cut yourself. And if it's a long knife like a machete, you can cut your shins, and that's just bad. It's much better to do a pinky loop like that, get the leverage you need as you choke back for chopping tasks if you need to do that. And that's just much more safe, and it's also very secure. So those are the only small additions there. Now, if you own the Tops B.O.B, you'll be able to see some of the changes I've done. One of the things I did was to round off this point here. I've seen other people really kind of just straighten it out, but I think that really just changes that design too much. And I do want that kind of a bottom guard here because that was the intended purpose. I just found the point a bit too sharp so that when I choked up, it was painful. So rounding it off just like that works really well. You can see the great job he did there. Now there is a Cerakote coating on this for this stone wash finish, but that obviously will get rubbed off as this is buffed and grinded off. Now the jimping was quite aggressive, and now it's less aggressive, so it's shallowed down, but it's still there, so I still can feel it, but not to the point of being again painful with hard use or just being too bitey on the thumb. And finally, I got rid of the extended pommel with the Shango notch. And most people do not like that. I also prefer not to do that because if I want to strike a ferro rod, which is the purpose, you can use the tip of the knife, and I've shown that before as well. And I actually found that the weight distribution has improved by about that 1/4 inch because that is how much that was on there. And I find the balance minutely better, and that was one of my main complaints about the knife, was just kind of the balance, and because the handle is much longer, especially when compared to the Brakimo. And find this much better. I have small to medium hand, so this to me fits better. That gun also works, and you can see left about 1 millimeter extended, but still look, Although this was hand done, you can see still really nice, and it was finished off as well. And this still can be used as a pommel if really needed for whatever reason, to just kind of hammer it if I want to do that. Don't see a real reason, but it's there if I need to. Another reason we didn't want to go too close to the handle, we didn't want to scratch into the micarta. So again, that keeps the integrity of, I guess, the design. Well, to a certain extent, I did remove that pommel. Overall, I'm really happy with the changes. It does make using it, handling it for the task that I do out in the field better, and I'm really happy with it. I'd like to mention one last thing. If you do not like this Kydex sheath, you want a leather sheath, the BPS knife sheaths out of Ukraine, and this is the standard sheath. They have it in black and brown. Now this fits the Fieldcraft knife quite perfectly, and I believe even if you do not lower down the grind for this point over here, I believe it still can fit, because if you can see, there is still a space of about maybe 3 millimeters, which I believe still can fit in. So you see, that fits very well in. It's a secure fit. So if you prefer a leather sheath with a dangler system, then you can get a BPS knives leather sheath, and it's, I think, not more than $25 US. So great quality, really thick, great stitching, welting all around, and you get a ferro rod as well, so it's a good deal. But personally for me, I go with the Kydex style sheath. So those are the modifications and additions I've done for the Tops Fieldcraft knife. Have you done something similar? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.